So it's been a little while. I'm working on my new book, and when I'm working on my book, I'm not gonna be able to create as many video blogs as often, but that's okay, that's not important. I'm wearing my Happy is the New Rich shirt. This is by my buddy George Resch, also known as Tank Sinatra. His book is Happy is the New Rich. See it? Happy is the New Rich. And it is Happy is the New Rich and 207 Other Light Bulb Moments. It is a book full of ideas, really thoughts, sort of tweet-sized thoughts for the most part. So you're not gonna, this isn't gonna take you weeks to read, but there's lots of good little things in here. Live a life based on principles, not conditions. Conditions are ever changing, but principles should be set in stone. Live life unconditionally. Good motivational fuel. Let go of what if and hold on to what is. That's one of my favorites. I was talking to my daughter about that just yesterday. Happy is the New Rich by George Resch, also known as Tank Sinatra on the Instagrams, and totally worth a follow there. So I blended up a smoothie this morning after lifting weights and showering and all that kind of stuff, and it's the kale is, I didn't blend the kale enough, and so if I'm making faces, it's because there's a bit of kale in my face. Double chocolate fudge whey protein powder though. Double chocolate fudge, so it is like super chocolatey. So it's like a chocolate milkshake that someone put a salad in when you weren't looking. Not my best blending job on a smoothie. So I was asked the question, hey, should I'm gonna start a YouTube platform because you told me to and whatever. Should I name it after myself? Should I name it after my business? Should I name it after a show? Here's the thing. Even though YouTube is a channel, even though we call our thing a show, something like that, you have to think about the fact that we're not like a channel like ABC News or something like this, or ABC Channel or something. We're not something where we have lots of different programming, unless we do, and we're not something where we can kind of mix it up. So you can name your stuff after your show, but what if your show comes and goes? What if you decide you don't want to do the, I don't know, the morning hypnotist show every day? Very few shows survive for lots of years on end. And if they do, they usually have mountains of writers and mountains of creators and all kinds of people who can help create and produce that show so that there's a little bit more opportunity or chance for longevity. For the rest of us, doing something like video blogging, for instance, even if we're working inside of some company or something, it's not as likely that we're gonna stay on the same topic for a very long time. So there's YouTube SEO experts who tell us that we should name the channel something that someone might search, or something very unique or whatever, or something that's really clear about what the value is. But I think that the negative of that is that should you build up some kind of a huge audience and then decide you're going to go try something else, it's really hard to convince everyone to run over and subscribe to the other channel. YouTube platform, for instance, I mean, a subscriber here is not your subscriber everywhere, and it's not the same as changing channels, and ratings matter in a very different way because subscription matters, engagement matters, etc. So right now, the way I look at it, the way I want to tell people is stick to the same name and stick to the same channel. My channel is just called youtube.com/Chris Brogan. All right, it's not especially amazing, but you know my name and you know the channel name are the same thing, and I could be over here talking about what it's like to work out at the gym, or I can tell you about what we're talking about today. At least you have a sense of you're following a person. You can name the channel some company name or something like that, or some space that you know you want to cover, and then you can make different shows up within that. It could be that your channel name covers the genre, perhaps, of the space that you're looking to work into, and that you can then do a lot of different things that way. But I would worry about making it as tight as to a specific show idea, because you're going to change. You're going to decide you don't want to do that show anymore, and it just might not be the best approach for you. All right, so I gotta be done for now. I'm working on my book right now, and it's different than a lot of the books I've written. A lot of my books that I've written are based on mostly just my thoughts and ideas. This one has a lot of interviews and stuff like that, and a lot of research and data that's going into it, and it's harder. It's not the way I am used to writing my books. My books are usually based on some ideas that I have and then saying, hey, we could go do this and see if it works. And this time it's more, I'm gonna ask a bunch of people some questions and be like, hey, does this make sense? I like the process, but it's a little bit more involved than I thought it would be. So anyway, I'm gonna go work on that. Don't forget to check out George's book, Happy is the New Rich. You can get it on Amazon. Definitely worth it if you just want some really nice fuel for your day. Lots of good tidbits in there. And as always, thanks so much for your time. I'm always grateful. If you like what you're seeing in the video, if you've never seen my newsletter or anything else that I'm doing, go to chrisbrogan.com and you can check out some of that stuff. Talk to you later.